that happens to be continuation of the course statistics, and we're going to be talking about, so it's going to be more like a comprehensive walkthrough on mean, right? Mean deviation. We have a standard deviation, variance. It's going to be a comprehensive walkthrough of all this as we're going to be solving. All right, we're going to be using our data to attempt to solve all this. But just before then, we're also going to be solving for, all right, on grouped data. What we are going to be doing in tonight's classes, we're going to be using grouped and grouped data to solve for standard deviation. So I'm going to walk us through how to, all right, when it's on grouped data, how do we solve this, and when it's grouped data, how do we solve this? We're going to be attending to that in tonight's class. All right. So with this being said, let's hop straight to this. Let's just wait for others to join before we comment into tonight's class properly. Okay, so let's just wait for others to join before we comment in tonight's class. Okay, just a moment. Mrs. Deborah, you are very punctual tonight. It's great to have you on board. Okay. So just waiting for others to join. Just share the link to the class so others can join as well. Okay, so we have statistics. Okay, so while we wait for others to join, I'm actually going to, so I'm just going to write out the data we'll be using for tonight's class. Okay, writing down the data, starting with, all right, solving for, I believe you all have our calculators. Okay, please let's bring out our calculators because we'll be needing them. We're needing the calculators. So I'm just going to write out the data very quickly so we can follow suit. Good evening, Mrs. Redina. It's good to have you on board. Okay, so now to start with, all right, we're going to be doing for the ungrouped. All right, we're going to be doing for the ungrouped. So we have calculate the standard deviation of the following set of numbers. All right, so we have calculate the SD for the following set of numbers. All right, so we have we have 2, we have 6, we have 4, we have 2, we have, all right, 8, we have 10, and 12. Okay, so we are calculating the SD for the following set of numbers. Like I said, I want us to do the grouped and ungrouped. So now we have the information. When it comes to ungrouped data, right, the approach is different. Are we together? The approach is a bit different. So what is the approach we have to use? We have to find the mean first. All right, solve for mean. which is x bar. So how do we solve for mean? Okay, how do we solve for mean? We are expected to count all this data 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, and that is equals to summation x all over, let's just summation xi all over n. Okay, summation xi all over n. Are we together? So now we have, that will be what? 2 plus 6 plus 8 plus 10 plus 12. All right, our n will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, then what is the answer, please? What's our answer? So I'm waiting for us to give an answer to that. I will also get my calculator as well, so we can all be on the same page. Okay, Mrs. Regina said 38. All right, the summation of all these, all right, we have 38 divided by 5. Okay, so what is our answer? Do we all agree to what Mrs. Regina said? Okay, so 38 divided by 4, what are we expected to, what should be our answer? Wonderful. Yes, 7.6. Okay, yes, 38 divided by 5. Wonderful. So we have 7.6. Are we together? So this is the approach to this. 7.6 is our, all right, our mean. If we have been told to solve the mean for this, then we are okay with what we have just done. Okay, we can just say yes, we are done. We can stop at, that's not where we are going to. All right, the instruction is to, all right, the instruction is to solve for the standard deviation. All right, so now before we now go to the standard deviation, we need to first, all right, in case of what we have here, which is group data, the formula we are to apply, okay, the formula we are to apply is S, all right, standard deviation, which is the summation, which is the square root of the summation, open bracket, x minus x bar, close bracket, raised to the power of 2. All right, all over n minus 1. Now, if it was that we have a grouped data where we have the frequency, where we have the table, class mark, all things like that, all right, it will have been variance first, okay, then standard deviation. It will have been the variance first, then the square root, all right, of variance gives us standard deviation. But it's a different ballgame with the ungrouped. That's why I said it's a different approach. Okay, so for the ungroup, please, as you join the stream, smash the like button. There are about 12 of us on this stream, and I've seen just one like. That's pretty unfair. All right, so if you're on the stream and you're here to smash the like button, kindly do the needful. Okay, so now we have that as that. So So this is the formula we are going to be using. All right, this is ungrouped, so it's a different formula. So now, it says here, the summation of x minus x bar, all right, close bracket, raised to the power of 2, all over n minus 1. Now, what is our x minus x bar? X minus x bar would be, all right, x. These are all our x. All right, the data here is referred to as x. Don't forget, we said xi. This is xi. Summation of xi, x2, x3, s4, s5. All right. Now, to get x minus x bar raised to the power of 2 all over n minus 1 in summation, then what we have to do is, all right, we already have our x bar. Our x bar is 7.5. Are we together? So what we are expected to do in this case, first, we have a long, all right, root. Okay, let's do that first. So what we're expected to do is, all right, we are going to start picking from xi down to x5. All right, from our x bar. So the xi, let's open the bracket. Xi that we have here, the first one is 2. All right, x2 minus x bar, 7.6. Close the brackets. All right, then raise to the power of 2. Awesome. We are now 15, and just 3 persons have smashed like button. Still not cool. All right, just do well to smash like button as you join the stream. Mr. Alfred is not here yet. Okay, Mrs. Bank Sweets, she's not usually punctual. I don't know what's happening today. She's not here yet. Mrs. Ene, she's not here yet. These are people I know. All right, please, as you join the stream, do well to say something. All right, just say hi, hello, good evening. Let's acknowledge your presence. Highly important. Okay, so now, please, do we know how we? Okay, Mr. Alfred is here. Awesome. Please, do we understand how we got here? Please, do we understand how we got here? Please, Mr. Alfred, Mrs. Regina, Mrs. Deborah, did we understand how we arrived here? Mrs. Immaculate, do we understand how we arrived there? Mrs. Kende, oh, you made it to the live class today. That's good. Please, do we understand how we arrived here? Okay. Mr. Alfred said no. Mrs. Immaculate says yes. By Mrs. Kende, Mrs. Bank Sweets. Okay, Mr. Alfred, do you understand how we arrived here, Mr. Alfred? Do you understand how we arrived, how we got our x bar? Wonderful, wonderful, good. So now, this is the formula, all right, for standard deviation for ungroup data. The formula says, all right, the square root of the summation of x minus x bar, all right, open bracket x minus x bar, raised to the power of 2, all over n minus 1. Now, our x, all right, is represented by each of these data, which are 2, 6, 8, and 10, and 12. All right, those are our x. Just like we have 2 here. This is this 2. I think I should change this to the red mark. All right. So this 2 here is gotten from here. Okay? This is the x. 2 minus, this is the minus, x bar. X bar is 7.6, which is this. Then, this raised to the power of 2 comes here. And that is how we arrive there. Then, the process continues. So we have We are going to 5. All right, 7.6 raised to the power of 2. So what should be here? Which figure am I using to fill this column? What am I using to fill that column? Wonderful. Yes, wonderful. 6. I think we're on the same page now. Mr. Alfred, do you agree with that? Mr. Alfred, do you agree? Wonderful. I think it does already. We agree. Yeah, this is 6. I think we're on the same page now. Then we can commence. Okay. I think we can commence. Okay. So now we have the next one, minus 7.6 square. 1, 2, 3. Alright. 4. And we have 5. 7.6 square. 7.6 square. Okay. Then we have the next one should be 8. Then this should be 10. And this should be 12. Alright. Yeah. Minus. Okay. So we have that as that. So I believe you understand how we arrived here. How we'll achieve this. Alright. So our n is expected to be 5. Okay. 5 minus 1. Alright. So please. Wonderful. Yes. Wonderful. So let's now begin to do this calculation. Okay. Let's begin to do the calculation. Wonderful. Let's keep up the good job. Oh. Yes. So now, wonderful. So from what we have here, so we can say, let's bring this down again. Turn around to the 4. Okay. Turn around to the 4. Of 5 minus 1 anymore. So we have 4. Okay. So let's start the calculation, please. So what do we have for the first one? What is 2 minus 7.6 first? Alright? What is 2 minus 7.6? Okay. Please let's begin to provide the answers. Okay. Yes, wonderful. Awesome. Wonderful. So now we have this in bracket, minus 5 points square plus okay, that's 4. So what's the next one? What's the next one? 6.6 minus 7.5. Okay. Let's see the answers coming. Also, so we have minus 1.5. Okay, let's keep the answers coming. So now what was the next one? Ms. Deborah said minus 1.6. Please, Ms. Deborah, how did you arrive at 1.6? It is 6 minus. All right. Okay, I think there's a discrepancy somewhere. Yes, you're right. It should be 1.6. Yes, it should be 1.6. Okay. Yes, and this should be positive 1.6. Yes. Yes, wonderful. Please, are we still on the same page? What's going on? The comment section is becoming dry. All right, let's begin to do the needful. Okay, now 8 minus 7.6 should give us 0.4. If I'm not mistaken, right, so I'm just going to check again. 8 minus 7.6. That's 0.4. Please, let's confirm that again. So we have 10 minus 7.6. 10 minus 7.6 give us 2.4. 2.4. Mr. Alfred, Mrs. Regina, what's going on? Miss Bankstreet is not here. Mrs. Kendi, are you still with us? So we have 12 minus 7.6. That's 4.4. All right. Good. So now we can go to the next, all right, phase, which is the main, and we are close to the final answer. All right. So from here, we can then say, all right, just a moment. Okay. We have a 4. That can be better. Okay, so we have 4. So now we are going to be doing 5.6 raised to the power of 2. All right. So this negative is going to be ruled out by this positive. All right. This negative is going to be ruled out by the thing for the next. The thing for the next. Mr. Alfred converts to decimal with my calculator. Mr. Alfred converts to decimal with my calculator. So you can just, if you are using your computer, just open a new tab, then search on Google scientific calculator online. All right, you can use scientific calculator from browser. Okay, that's what I have here on my system as well. So if you are using your computer, you have another phone, like you have two smartphones. Network issue at night, I can understand. It's a general problem now. Okay, so please let's begin to convert. All right. So 5.6 raised to the power of 2. What should that be? Okay, seeing some nice stuff on the comment section. Some nice stuff on the comment section. Okay, 31.36. Okay, awesome. Seeing some good stuff. 31.36. Is that it from us? I'm just getting that from 2 persons. Is that it from everyone? Okay, please let's confirm that. Wonderful. About 5 persons have just confirmed that. So we have 31. All right, 0.36. 31.36 plus, all right, so we have 1.6 raised to the power of 2. Please let's be proactive. I still want us to do the grouped. I mean, we spent 27 minutes already on group. We are really not doing so well tonight. My goodness. I am not sure we can actually do the group data tonight because we've spent 27 minutes already attending to just this question. I'm not impressed. There's no need to add your negative answer. I said the positive here would nullify the negative in the bracket. So just focus on the decimals in the bracket raised to the power of 2. All right, so for 1.6 raised to the power of 2, what's our answer? Wonderful. Yes. Please don't abbreviate. Mr. Alfred, don't abbreviate. Just write it out the way it is. Okay? Don't abbreviate, sir. Yes, wonderful. 2.56. So 0.4 raised to the power of 2. I love that. Miss Deborah, thank you for that. She arranged everything once and for all. Yes, wonderful. 0.4 raised to the power of 2. Is anybody helping with that? Mrs. Deborah, what about, you didn't include the answer for 0.4 raised to the power of 2. You didn't include the answer. 0.4 raised to the power of 2. What's the answer for that? .4 raised to the power of 2. Okay, awesome. I can see some nice stuff on the comment section. Wonderful. 0.16. Awesome. Let's have more persons confirm that. Wonderful. Mr. Alfred just did. Mrs. Regina just did. I think that is the correct answer. 0.16. Wonderful. Awesome. So we have that. 0. We are actually flowing tonight. The connection is okay tonight. Unlike the last class, a lot of us could not even attempt the assignment. Very few persons did, and they were not even sure of what they were doing. I think from this class, all right, you can tell, all right, if you come across questions like this in your exams, You can tell what it was, and you can attempt them without doubt. I really want us to have, I want us to attempt, probably we'll leave that till tomorrow because it's late, and I know a whole lot of us has work tomorrow, and it's already 21, this 21.18. So I really don't want to hold us this late, so we're just going to do this. I'm going to give us an assignment, and we are expected to submit assignment before our class tomorrow. So tomorrow we will have the final part 2. All right, tomorrow will be for group data. This is on group, so tomorrow will be for ungrouped. So for 2.4 raised to the power of 2, what's our answer? Two 2.4 raised to the power of 2. Awesome. Yes. Mr. Alfred, why are you having double decimals? Please make sure you type out the right thing, sir. I want you to make this mistake in your exam. Yes, 5.57. Thank you very much for that. Ms. Deborah said our network is really unstable. I can understand. It's a general problem. It's a general problem. Yes, 5.76. Okay. So for 4.4 raised to the power of 2, what are we expected to have? .4 raised to the power of 2. Okay, we have an answer for that. Also, 19.36. Wonderful. So I think we what to do. So from what we have here, let's add everything together, divide it by 4, and we can get our final answer. So let's add all this together. Mrs. Deborah, you can always switch in between multiple network or service providers. If that particular one is giving you issues, you can't hear anything again. I think that's some serious network problem Mrs. Deborah is facing right there. Some serious network problem Ms. Deborah is facing there. All right. So what's the final answer? So what's the answer? What's the summation of all this? Can we get the summation of all that? Please, as you join the stream, if you're here to smash the like button or subscribe to the channel, please do well to do that right away. And also, this is me to remind you that we have a class where we walk you through all. Please add all of this together. Please, let's add all of this together. I'll use the opportunity to remind you we have a private class where we walk you through all your courses throughout the semester. All right. I think I'm already putting out the exam practice questions, and very soon the exam cadence for undergraduate students will be made available, and we all can start requesting for them, but not now. Please don't request for now. All right. We are attending to pen on paper exam key points for now. All right. Mr. Alfred said 59.24. Okay, let's have others confirm that very quickly. All right, let's have others confirm that very quickly. Is Mr. Alfred correct? I think Mr. Alfred is on point. Mrs. Regina just confirmed that it is correct. Okay, what are we? Please, let's all submit our answers. This class is expected to be interactive. Please, let's all submit our answers. Wonderful. Yes. Awesome. Yes. I told you, don't abbreviate. Don't abbreviate. Yes, 59.24. Then you divide it by 4. All right. So what will be our final answer? $59.24 divided 4. Wonderful. Yes. 14.18. Yes. 14.18. Awesome. Wonderful, wonderful. Yes. I think ourselves the answer. Yes. Also. So we have 14.18. Yes, and it is what it is. Okay, we've been able to dissect this properly, and I want to say a big thank you to each and every one of us for sticking around up to now. So I'm going to give us an assignment based on this, and please let's ensure to submit the assignment. Mrs. Deborah, I believe you've gone through all the statistics classes I sent you. Have you gone through the classes now? Please ensure to do that. All right? You're having an exam very, very soon. You don't want to miss out on any of these classes we have actually done. And for those of us who might have decided and search for it, or you go to our website, smash the WhatsApp button, takes you to my DM, and you can request for these classes. So we have assignment. So tomorrow will be for the grouped. All right. So today we did ungrouped for group data. So for tomorrow we'll be doing group. All right. For group data. All right. So we have calculate the standard deviation for the, all right, are we good? Standard deviation of the following data. So we have we have 3, we have 6, we have 9, we have 12, we have 15, and 18. All right. So thank you very much, everyone. This is where we call it a wrap for tonight. I believe you all have been able to gain something in tonight's class. So let's do all two. Keep our notes up to date, submit the assignment, and I look forward to seeing you on the subsequent tutorial. Do have a wonderful evening, and bye for